Hello and welcome to episode 12 of Salt Plays Sunless Sea, episode 3 of this new shorter episode length. So really quickly, once again, to start out, let me read off all of the missions that I have. The navigator, the sigil-ridden navigator, wants us to go to the Chapel of Lights with 2 live specimens to continue his story. To find more about our father's bones, we need to bring sunlight, the heart of Mount Nomad or the Tree of Ages, a high power weapon or engine, an officer, the eldest end, and the fruit of the eternal tree to the Fathom King. I have one that I might get to this episode or next episode, which is that sunlight with this empty mirror catch box. The clattery air wants a live specimen to continue her storyline. We need to take these tomb-colonists to Khan's Glory. The venturer wants us to go to either get spider silk or 21 spider silk or 7 zoop, and he will pay us for that. We can either go to, as it says here, Khanate or Savior's Rocks. I don't think I can go to the Khanate because I don't have access to the Nephrite quarter thing. Or we can just go to Mount Palmerston and get Zoop for 1,000 echoes. And the Admiralty wants us to go to Wither. So all in all, out of that, let me take a look really quickly. So I want to go to Estival and then back to the Fathom King's Hold. And then, like, Savior's Rocks, probably. Wither. So if I go, like, Wither across the top here, maybe, I think this is probably Irem. Maybe explore Irem. Down to Savior's Rocks, Estival, across to the Fathom King's Hold, and back home. Yeah, I can try that. That will... Where do the tomb-colonists want to go? They want to go to Khan's Glory. It's a really long time to keep the tomb-colonists around. I think I'm gonna go south first to Khan's Glory and then see where the tomb-colonists want to go after that. And hope that I can hit both of those this expedition. So we'll be heading south like this, maybe all the way down to the Iron Republic to get more fuel, although I'm pretty good on fuel. But let's get going. I was gonna look up if I wanted to get better weapons. I will write that down for myself in a moment. Next time we are at port. Right. Quaker's Haven is under new management. Sleek ships are docked in the harbor. Installations of heavy artillery line the shore. The banners of the Eagle Clan, yellow as honey, drape from each roof. Mutton Island has fallen. I'm confident that attempting to dock won't get us anything, so I'm just gonna gather a port report. Lower the lifeboat and row to one of the less slippery, less sheer cliffs. Pray you don't get caught. Ah, we succeeded. Enemy movements. You scale the cliff and crouch in the mud. Through a spyglass, you observe the soldiers' movements. A contingent approaches the charred remains of the Cock and Magpie, escorting ragged islanders. A woman in feathered epaulets sits at a table within, smiling at Z charts and scowling at decrees stamped by the Leopard Clan. Once inside, the islanders fall to their knees before her. Their proud faces strain as they address her. We don't have access to any shops or anything else interesting here, so let's get going. I'm not getting any benefit from having my lights on right now. Okay, back to getting benefit. Oh, it's because I was still technically in the fog. That makes sense. Checking to see if I was going at the right angle to actually make it to the Cumaean Canal, because sometimes I go too sharp or too shallow. Alright, Cumaean Canal staging area. Here, the dark waters run down from the surface, from a brighter sea. The canal ascends through locks and gates and shadowed turns to the sunlight of the surface. Let's gather a port report and listen for surface gossip. Ooh, a sorry end. A card game ends badly when one surface sailor knifes another for all the usual reasons. The other players scrabble for the coins that spill from her pockets, but you snatch up a scrap of paper they overlook. Curious markings, dates, times, code names. Spy's work? Nope. Tapped E too many times, as you know I am prone to do. Alright, let's head down to the Iron Republic. Oh, I forgot how much having tomb-colonists just really cramps your ability to have shit in your boat. Iron Republic. Factory engines roar like false lions. Blood thunders in the dock pipes. Crimson lighting skitters across the deck, leaps to the rail, curls there like a cat. The city is reflected in glassy, calm harbor water. The citizens there have the heads of dogs and serpents. Hell has brought freedom to the Iron Republic. Freedom from all laws, even those of nature. I don't need the Market of Hungers to open up, so I'm just going to compile a port report here. I think I've only done that once, so I'm going to read this out. Compile a port report. It won't be entirely straightforward. The streets won't lie straight, and the ink freezes whenever you look away from the inkwell. Fact and fiction. To record the Republic's events, it's like trying to sing wax or believe water. You do what you can. The third paragraph buds eyes. The date is fundamentally wrong. The full stops bite. You do what you can. We lost 2 pages. The Parliament of Flies is open, which I don't think I have a need for at all. Wrong button. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Not run into that. There we go. Okay. The water is sluggish with hyphal threads. Violet vegetable bulks break the surface. Myceligea. I have no idea if I said that word correctly, but I'm just gonna pretend that I did. Green glass and basalt. Salt and silence. Oh, that having salt 2 times in a row makes it very hard to read. The Uttershroom, the queenly core of this spore-haunted sea. Climb the fungal fiber ladders to its summit. Shaggy, suspicious villagers scratch a living here, amidst endless clouds of spores and scurrying mobs of plant-animal hybrids. None of them ever leave. Monsters, one explains darkly. Z, full of monsters. Let's start by visiting the village. Hospitable? Not exactly, but they usually don't chase you off with sticks, and they usually let you sit beside their mildew-smelling fire. A day of spores. The Uttershroom releases spores according to its own inscrutable schedule. Today, the air is soupy thick. They coat your hair, they clog your throat, they gather like sleep in the corners of your eyes. Conversation with the shroomers is impossibly hard. You return to the ship, where you find a tiny purple mushroom growing already in your ear. Gate of Terror and a Tale of Terror. That makes sense to me. And we'll get this port report. What happens here on top of a mushroom the size of Marlborough? The villagers live a shabby but sufficient life the Uttershroom provides. They are secretive, taciturn, and curious. Ships rarely visit. I don't think they have any shops here. So let's go. I'm gonna go up and try and get these bars. Hello, Mr. Bluing. Please don't notice me. Eesh. Look at that. Ah, damn it. Fire! You've pushed your engines too far, too fast. Sailors scream. Flames rage. Heal the wounded, damp the flames. Do what you can. A chancy challenge. Yikes. Screams and stenches. Everywhere, hot metal and burning flesh. Hold on and pray. We failed. We lost 34 hull and 2 crew. Happens sometimes. Sorry, guys. I don't think I can pick up crew here. Oh, my terror is really high. I don't remember if I started this episode with that much terror. Maybe I made atypical decisions at the end of my last expedition. Oh yeah, because I tried to go to the Rose Market instead of talking to my family. Okay, Mangrove College. The wise and the wicked seek sanctuary here, where the fruits are plenty and the woods wild. A steaming sprawl of parasynthetic vegetation, and a village. Barely a village. Old walls, roofs in disrepair, stilts leaning dangerously. It looks to have been assembled by drunks in a hurry. Dock carefully. I would like to start by picking up a passenger. What are all of these things? Oh, okay. It's just saying that... Interesting. Okay. Pick up a passenger. The Mangrove College is named for its scholars and philosophers. They have long abandoned civilized comforts for the life of the mind. Sometimes they want those civilized comforts back. The Corsair's Forest. Please, Gators mourn. No, I'm not in a hurry, but I think I might stay below decks. I don't carry the fee on me. You'll have to trust me for it when we arrive. Thank you. A pleasure. What is my hold like? Let's go beachcombing. Ships come and go to and from the Mangrove College, often in secret. What might they have flung overboard? Second. We can find driftwood, something glinting, or a nasty glob of goo. Let's go for driftwood, a smooth, dark surface. A horrid carving. Someone shaped this into a devil mask and then threw it in the Z. When you look at it, it's easy to see why. We have gained an outlandish artifact. And then next, let's get this port report. Sages, scholars, philosophers, naturalists, poets, dreamers, here to pursue their rarefied ideals in a land of muddy fecundity. All shall be well. The thinkers of the Mangrove College continue their untroubled and sedentary existence. New schools of philosophy are born and die like bubbles. Extraordinary poetries are written in water. The occasional retired pirate tries and fails to get invited to salons. We got our supplies out of that. Alright, no shops here. Alright, let's go. Again, kind of northish with the intent of filling out those things. Oh yeah, north to Gators Mourn. Not northish with the intent of filling out those things. Oh, gross. Some sort of beetle has invaded your morsel of ship's biscuit. It waggles its antennae impertinently. Like, sure, bud, you do need to eat, but, like, food is scarce for me and I am much larger than you. Ooh, a ship to fight. Wow, that felt like cheating, but oh well. You've destroyed a pirate frigate. The ship is yours. What will you do with her? Ooh. Here's something at the back of the hold. We've gained 2 supplies and 2 fuel. And a stout crate. The source of sustenance, the fundamental element of cargo. 1 more fuel. Nice. Okay, let's not run directly into those rocks. Let's get going. Gators mourn. Step carefully. I've read this introduction a lot, so I'm not going to. She inhales the air. Drop off the shady sort. She inhales the air and smiles, perhaps for the first time. As I remember it, she remarks, less mud, more rum. Business concluded. At the winch head, a deferential fellow in fustian awaits. He bows to the shady sort. A pleasure, as ever. You he barely favors with a glance. He presses a heavy purse into your hand, small coins stained with salt water, but together they amount to a tidy sum. Then let's gather some intelligence. I lost another crew? Damn. You and one of your more villainous-looking sailors join a dice game. Villainous-looking, but you know for a fact that she tithes to charity and has a delightful singing voice. The topic turns promisingly to pillage and ambush, but your sailor is a little too forward with her questions. There is a scuffle and a stabbing. You escape. She does not. Damn. Next up, let's explore the Mourne. There's a surprising quantity of actual landscape on the Mourne. It's vertical admittedly, but once you find the beast paths and urchin roads, you can traverse it as you would a rocky moor, with an additional throatful of lurching terror. Contest of riddles. I still like the 10 Echoes one. Ooh, yes. Okay. Seek a real challenge for 10 Echoes. Here's a sardonic woman with a pair of matched knives, a silver hoop earring, and a connate accent. She has a real riddle. The last day of summer. She tips her hat to you. Fair's fair. Take this. I found it off Wolf's wrist. I'd pickle it if I were you. Whatever it was, it has a single sad and swollen eye, a slick grayish integument, and claws like a raven. It smells like sewage. And we have a strange catch, and we also got 1 echo out of that. That is all there is to do here, I think. Yeah, I really want a concealed compartment, but it's just not worth it until I actually have an aft, which is like a few ship grades to go. Okay. Now, okay, we're heading due east to Khan's Glory. The Salt Steppes. This is the domain of the new Khanate, whose ancestors came here long before London fell. tomb-colonists in Khan's glory. One knows one should be patriotic, but the glory is so much prettier than London. Although one finds one tiring of all the guns pointed at one should find a better pronoun. Let them tour the palaces. They may be mistaken for marauding ghosts, shot, burnt, or exorcised. Well, they should have stayed home if they wanted an easy life. And I don't have enough favors to do anything else, so... free enterprise. He's gone, one of them explains. They put him in a sort of crucible and extracted him into jars. They're selling him as ghost dust in the Nephrite Quarter now. I don't think they actually thought he was a ghost. I think they thought he was a spy. They're not very friendly, the Kaganians, are they? Where are we going now? The tour continues to the Chelanate. Let me write that down. Okay. Is there anything I can do here? No. Let's try this. I don't think I actually get anything out of it, but I might as well try it. Khan's glory, cruise past the clan palaces. Khan's glory has a steely beauty, but the clan lords are ever suspicious of spies, and those gun emplacements are vigilant, but we have a 100% chance of success. Ooh, I still got a menace? Damn. Or I still got a suspicion. Strength and brilliance. Light blazes from every gate and window. You glimpse guards in gleaming uniforms. Subterranean gardens of mauve. I am struggling with this one. You glimpse guards in gleaming uniforms, subterranean gardens of mauve and purple, hanging ornaments of scaled carnelian and jade, statues of warrior Khan's past. The water is dark and calm. The sentries watch you with calm distrust. We succeeded in Vale's challenge. We lost to terror. We've gained a memory of distant shores. We have even more suspicion. I've got to remember how to get the spy network set up. And that's all for now. There. Okay, I can't access any shops, of course. Let's head down to the other two Khanate ports. Khan's Heart, London's rival. I'm going to hire a crew. Kaganians are wary of your people, but perhaps you can find someone. A hungry sort. This sailor is thin enough to slide through a porthole and desperate enough to sign on, even with a sun-bitten empress gobbler. She doesn't use those terms when she thinks you're nearby. I think that's all I want to do here. I'd love to get a port report, but I really don't want to pop my suspicion up anymore, and I don't have a very high chance of succeeding. I really gotta get the spies network going. So, the whole thing, I don't remember how to get the diplomat. I'll look into it. More things to look into. Okay, just really quickly. They wanted to go to Chelanate, which is very far south. Okay, so I'm gonna go Khan Shadow, maybe briefly visit Visage and Isle of Cats, and then across to Chelanate. I need to get more fuel. Khan's Shadow. Compile that report and get out of here. I can't buy. Can I buy? You know, 15 money for fuel is better than other options that I have. Let's stock up on that. Oh, one that I missed saying earlier is the Naker's Outcast wants me to go to Port Cecil as well. Something forgotten is here. That's what the bit of text says. Restless nights. In the watches of the night, you pad softly past the hatch to the crew quarters. A man cries out softly in his sleep. Desperately. Another. Let's try and inquire about their dreams the next morning, as I almost always do. Damn. Failed. So it is sometimes. I'm gonna really quickly just create a port report and then head out. Visage is kind of a lot. Same with the Isle of Cats. I'm just gonna create a port report and then head out. Their stories can wait. It's just basically due south, yeah. Forgot to turn my lights on, and I keep putting my fingers back on the keyboard in the wrong spot. Done that twice so far today. Okay, the Isle of Cats, where there are roses. Just gonna really quickly compile this port report and head out. Okay, for map completeness purposes, I'm gonna go around and south on this island. The false stars above are feral amber like tiger's eyes. Stamford's Expanse, named for one who lost his child to cats. Fun that they would then name the island the Isle of Cats. By fun, I mean horrible. We sure have entered a fog bank. I feel like the something awaits you things aren't happening. Okay. Recurring nightmare. Watched. That's really only a 28% chance of success, huh? I've got to flee it. Okay. Another Z-beast corpse afloat. So much carrion. We approach the chelinate. I'm once again going to go around the chelinate so that we have this whole island explored. Plus, like, isn't the color in the turtle shell really pretty? Discovered Shachatown. Oop, that's a thing. That's a thing. Hello, thing. I don't want to fight you. Please leave me alone. Crew 77. Oh, and it spotted me. Ah, it missed. Okay, that was not fun. Yeah, you don't see me. Horrible. Okay. Tomb colonists in the chelinate. A big, dead, dried, big, hollow, big, stinking, big reptile. For the first time in 20 years, I do not miss my once acute sense of smell. Still, I expect good hunting. We can either send the tomb colonists to visit Storm's temple. The Chelinites worship the god called Storm with frightful, bloody rites. Those are the only rites Storm pays attention to. It should keep them distracted. Or let them go hunting with Chelinites. The tomb colonists are grinning and bobbing up and down like a gang of small children. It'd be very dangerous. That's probably why they're so happy. Let's let them go hunting. Ooh, disappointment. Ah, yes, we killed a couple of angler crabs. Here's a claw tip for you. But no one was hurt, not so's you'd notice. We hardly even lost any limbs. I've seen rougher rugger matches. So the tour needs to go back to Venderbite, and we got a hunting trophy. Okay, Venderbite. They'll probably get dropped off at the end of this. You know, I do want to collect outlandish artifacts so I can make heirlooms. So let's show off a hunting trophy. Young Chelidates gather around your ship, pressing their chalked palms to your bow. They demand stories. One story for another. As your tale of combat on the high Z reaches its pitch, you lift the gory trophy above your head. The children scatter. Only a young boy remains behind, staring. He holds out a mask, a mess of tiny bones. Most look like they were scavenged from a dinner plate. Nevertheless, he points at your trophy. You trade. And let's compile a port report. How does one express this very striking smell? The limits of meaningful expression. No matter what details you try to record, the stench creeps in around the edges of the sentences. The Chelinites, watchful despite the reek. Movement among the miasmic scraps of long-abandoned monster carcass. Frequent duels where the stink is thickest. I don't think that I can do anything here. Yeah. Oh, I could have used the hunting trophy. Oh well. Oh, okay, so this one makes a hunting trophy into an outlandish artifact, which is more expensive than what I was doing before. Cool. Okay. Nothing here. Gonna let that down here go away a little bit. And head north. And with that, we're 40 minutes in. I'm going to end this episode of Salt Play Sunless Sea. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in a couple of days.